Hey guys, here is the other fan that used to be from my college. This is a Canarm Pleasant Air from 1986. And I originally thought this fan was a Emerson TAT. But as you can see by the tag here, that is not the case. I believe that's the date right there. So I have to apologize for the appearance right now. There's really nothing to hold this canopy on. It almost looks like it was cut or something. Kind of foolish. But yeah. So let's get this thing going. Started on low on the control. So if you guys, for those of you who remember the original video, you'll know this fan is not doing so well, as you can see by the rust on the blade. This fan was original to the building when it was first renovated in 1980. I think it was from 85 to 86 they said they renovated it, because the building is from 1955. And this fan has been in there since 2021, where it was removed and saved for me. Because the head of the guy who's in charge of all the maintenance there, good friend of mine, and he remembered me and set these aside for me. So that's kind of the short version of the story. I've already told that story when I filmed the Contec, if you haven't watched that yet. That was the better of the two fans. Surprisingly, it starts up on this low speed. Okay, I'm gonna have to get a breeze. It's kind of hot and humid out today, so I kind of need a breeze here. And this Matari will do. All right. I decided to try out my little work light here to illuminate the fan. I think I like how this looks better. Once again, I apologize for the appearance. I'm only hanging this fan for this video. I'm taking it down after this and replacing it with something else. Just because this fan needs a little work. Oop. All right. So that's a very aesthetic low speed. Let's take it up a quarter turn. So I believe at one point there was a total of 3 of these on the campus. There was probably a twin to this fan in that building, which is referred to as, the college calls it Council Hall. I forget the reason why. In that building, in Council Hall, there were more than likely 2 of these across from each other in that room. I have that would be back in the old video if you want to see how that looked once again. And I'm willing to bet one of them probably crapped out or something happened to it where it must have failed only 7 years later because there was a Contec in its place since 1993, I assume. And there's probably good reason for that. Because when I was cleaning this fan, I suspect it may have had to do with the balloon string I had to dig out of the top bearing of this particular fan. Let me move it up a quarter turn here, so that would be medium on the control. This was like the Contec, except the balloon string in this fan was much more deteriorated and degraded. Move that out of the way. So it made it a little easier to remove at least, but even so. I mean, goodness knows how long it's been in this fan. Kind of sitting down for this video. I don't usually get to do that when I film. Sorry, I'm trying to get the side by side here out of shot, but it's a little too difficult. Very noisy, but what Canarm isn't on a control. No, just kidding. Do it up another quarter turn. This is probably near what high speed for this fan was when it was installed in my college. And it was much noisier, so that control probably wasn't too healthy either. Yeah, that's about what its high speed used to be. Normally, like I was saying with the contact, normally I let these fans run overnight so that I can film them and they'll be in better shape for the next video. But this one, I don't think it will do it any good, because I'm pretty sure the cap is failing on this fan. It's not swollen, surprisingly, but I think it's just starting to fail. All right, we'll scoot it up to high, which is probably the fastest this fan has gone in years. Definitely noisy. It takes quite a while to get up to high speed, too. So I may be here another minute or so waiting for it. You can usually tell how fast it's going based on how loud the motor is or when there's a knocking. I tightened the screws on it so there isn't a knocking anymore, but even so. I think we're nearly, I think that's just about high. And I'll say this, it gives off a better breeze than the Contec, and that isn't broken like this is. But yeah, that's definitely faster than when it used to hang in that room. But yeah, this will need a new capacitor, and I'll have to replace it eventually. So I'm not sure if this is better than the modern Canarms I have. That would be an interesting video to do, actually. I should do that soon. I'll hang my CP56, the black one there, where the little Marley is, and I'll have it go against the Pleasant Air with a better capacitor and see which one is better. So I can't really stand up underneath the fan because I don't want to get lacerated with a thick steel blade. There we go. You can kind of see the fan in better detail. Yeah, the motor looked like that before I owned it when it was hanging, so I think this fell victim to some water damage with the cracked blades. And here's spin down. If you remember the original video, you'll note this had a really long spin down just like the Contec, so we'll be here a little while. It hasn't run for a while though, so it should be a little shorter when I film this. That's kind of my goal, so I don't make you guys sit through a 7-minute spin down again. But yeah, this is, as far as when I've seen this fan in person, this is probably the only variant of the Canarm Pleasant Air I've seen. I keep calling it a Pleasant Air. I don't see any label saying it is, but I assume it is just because of how old it is. I have been at Weedfire's house when he was testing his Pleasant Air, his white one. His was new in box and runs like it should. There's also, if you wanted to watch his video, that should give you a better idea of how this one should perform. You don't see these in brown too often. So yeah, back to my story. There were 2 of these on campus when I was attending the college. This one in the Council Hall building, and then in a smaller, like a little shack or something, there was another one, which that area didn't actually have any power for the 2 years I was there until like the near end of before I graduated. And then at night, they had some lights in there, but I was able to film that fan as well. So you'll be able to see the video of that too. Yeah, it was some weird like neon LED lights, so the fan itself had some pretty cool effects because it was blue, purple, red, all those different colors. That one ran fine because they really never used that fan. But this one, I think, you can tell I'm tired. I keep losing my train of thought. But this one definitely was used almost on a daily basis, excluding the majority of summertime. They did use the building because during the summer, they also had a summer camp for kids. And that building, I think, was like the central gathering area for them. Yeah, the bearings on this fan are pretty bad too, but there is rust on it, so I think some water did end up dripping on it. Because the ceiling had different like brown splotches everywhere. Maybe that's another reason why that other one died, who knows. Don't mind that, that's my parents leaving. Yeah, this is a really long spin down even when not warmed up. Yeah, on that high ceiling, even though it was running very slowly, it was moving close to about the same air that the contact was moving, which was pretty impressive, considering it was only running at about half the speed. I still want to see an Emerson TAT like side by side with this fan to see any difference. I think the motor might be smaller on the Emerson TAT. I'm not 100% sure. Another thing that's interesting though, actually, now that I think about it, the wing TAT I had hanging here, the white 56-inch fan with the big silver nut on the bottom, has the exact same blades as this fan and has the little blue sticker, so I believe they both had the same OEM, which is kind of cool. The difference is, of course, this one's brown and doesn't have a big distinctive nut on the bottom of the motor. Yeah, as it's spinning down, you can see I had to really clean these blades. This fan was absolutely disgusting. Sitting outside didn't no good justice. Excuse me. Sitting outside didn't do it any justice either. I should have coffee before I film this. Looks like we're finally coming to a stop. And there we go. Before I get it going, I'll let you get a look at these blades here to show you what kind of shape this is in. Come on, focus. There we go. Where's the bad one? This one. This one was bent. I had to bend it back, and as you can see, good grief, camera. There we go. As you can see, yeah. So, based on that, I think I have a good idea of what happened to the original one. So here's 0 to high. Listen to that motor. It's nearly high there. I decided to shut up so you guys can hear the motor. Yeah, imagine trying to take a test in that classroom and hearing that. That's why these fans were never used on high. They were always just sat on low. So close to high speed, but so far. But there you have it. The Canarm Pleasant Air Ceiling Fan. Thank you for watching and have a good day.